introduction to a new identification for a category of human beings that are usually wrongly identified due to the colonial and oppressive order prevailing in Africa right now in 2014. Protecting Africa introduces the identification racially mixed with more brown African DNA. It will also be known for those who are using the identification black as racially mixed with more black African DNA to clearly identify these racially mixed people who look close to the brown African people but who are not due to the fact that they are racially mixed with more brown African DNA. The current colonial order prevailing in Africa, where the European people of the USA-EU have total colonial rule ongoing, and therefore uses brown African women as sex objects, has brought and is still bringing a large numbers of racially mixed people that always end up remixing with the 100% brown African people, which give birth to a large numbers of racially mixed with more brown African DNA, which is erasing the original people that lived in Africa long before the evil people from Europe came to enslave, brutalize, colonize, rape, loot, and destroy this beautiful continent. In order to clearly identify the real brown people from those looking close to the real brown African people, we have therefore introduced a new identification for those who are racially mixed but with more brown African DNA. From now on, racially mixed with more brown African DNA, like Desmond Tutu, will be called racially mixed with more brown African DNA. So the USA-EU, who are the world's biggest state sponsors of terrorist countries, will no longer be able to use racially mixed American with more brown African DNA or racially mixed European with more brown African DNA as what they call black people to mislead the continent in the devilish agenda against us. With the presence of race DNA technology around, we in Africa intend to introduce race DNA testing to protect the original brown African people from extinction. So each citizen of Africa will be issued a certificate with his racial identification profile once a race DNA test has been done on him or her to help protect the original people from extinction. As you know, we in Protecting Africa do not recognize those devils keeping us as the mere animals, as human beings. Therefore, the opinion is, as far as we are concerned, the devil opinion and will be seen with the same disgust. Racially mixed with more brown African DNA, a new identification that will revolutionize the protection of the brown African people who are genetically 100% purely made up of brown African DNA. The only scientists we in Africa trust are our own with the same African agenda, and those from friendly countries like North Korea, because they have no hate for us and will provide us with accurate information. Another intellectual advancement by Protecting Africa, leading in the drive for an African order that serves the interests of the people of Africa.